The Discovery. The massive display screens in Earth's Orbital Defense Command Center flickered with an urgency that made Admiral Thora Blackwood's stomach tighten. After 20 years of careful preparation and secrecy, the moment they had both anticipated and dreaded had arrived. The aliens had finally noticed. "Signal confirmation, Admiral," Lieutenant Rajan Patil announced, his dark eyes fixed on the holographic readout floating before him. "The Zetharian probe is actively scanning the Kuiper Belt. They've detected the Echo fleet." Thora stood from her command chair, her silver-streaked black hair pulled tight in its regulation bun, and approached the main viewport. Earth hung below them like a jewel in the void, blissfully unaware of the diplomatic chaos about to unfold. Most of humanity still believed they were alone in the universe. That illusion would soon shatter. "How many ships did they detect?" she asked, though she already knew the answer. "The Zetharians didn't do anything halfway." "All of them, ma'am. Their quantum scanning technology exceeded our stealth capabilities. The Echo fleet, humanity's secret armada of warships built using reverse-engineered technology from a crashed alien vessel found in Antarctica 50 years ago. 300 ships of varying classes, from nimble corvettes to massive dreadnoughts, all hidden in plain sight among the ice and rock of the solar system's outer rim. "Send word to Ambassador Wright," Thora ordered. "He needs to be ready when they call an emergency session of the Galactic Council. And get me Director Santos from R&D. We need to know if the countermeasures are ready." As her crew rushed to comply, a new alert flashed across the screens. A massive ship had just emerged from FTL travel at the edge of the solar system. The unmistakable profile of a Zetharian diplomatic vessel. First Contact Specialist Rajan Patil straightened his uniform and moved to stand beside the Admiral. "They're not wasting any time," he observed quietly. "Would you, in their position?" Thora asked with a grim smile. "We've just gone from being a quarantined primitive species to a potential threat. Their entire power structure in this sector depends on technological superiority." The Zetharian ship, a graceful construct of crystalline metals that seemed to bend light around its hull, came to a stop just beyond Mars' orbit. A communication request followed immediately. "Put them through," Thora ordered, squaring her shoulders. "Let's face the music." The holographic projection that materialized before them showed a tall, ethereal being with iridescent skin and multiple sets of eyes arranged in a symmetric pattern across its face. "Nixel, the Zetharian High Observer for the Sol sector." "Admiral Blackwood," the alien's melodic voice carried an edge of steel. "Your species has some explaining to do." Diplomatic tensions. The grand chamber of the Galactic Assembly stretched impossibly high, its transparent dome revealing the swirling nebula beyond. Ambassador Marcus Wright stood at the podium, his weathered face illuminated by the soft bioluminescent lights that floated around him. 5,000 representatives from across the galaxy watched in stunned silence as he delivered Earth's official statement. "Humanity has hidden its capabilities not out of malice," Marcus declared, his voice steady despite the pressure, "but out of necessity. Our first contact with galactic civilization was not through your official channels, but through a crashed ship that showed us we were not alone, and not necessarily safe." Commander Dex of the Proximan Empire rose from his seat, his crystalline exoskeleton catching the light. "This is preposterous. You expect us to believe that a primitive species managed to reverse-engineer advanced technology without detection. The Proximan Empire demands immediate containment of the human fleet." In the observation gallery above, Dr. Olivia Santos watched the proceedings with growing concern. As head of Earth's Quantum Integration Division, she knew exactly how humanity had managed its technological leap. The truth was far more complex and dangerous than either side was willing to admit. Her quantum tablet buzzed with an encrypted message from Admiral Blackwood. "Protocol Omega initiated. Begin Phase 2. Olivia's fingers flew across the holographic interface, sending activation codes to sleeper cells throughout the galaxy. Years of preparation were about to pay off, but the cost would be high. Back on the chamber floor, the debate had devolved into chaos. The Arthurian Collective was calling for sanctions, while the Zetharian delegation demanded immediate access to Earth's technological database. Order, the voice of the assembly, a being of pure energy contained within a crystalline matrix, pulsed with authority. We will proceed according to galactic law. Ambassador Wright, your species stands accused of violating multiple treaties regarding technological development. How do you plead? Marcus straightened his shoulders. We plead survival. Shadow operations. Captain Jun Park guided his stealth vessel through the debris field of an ancient battle, every system running silent. The Quantum Division's most classified operation was about to begin, and failure meant war. Status report, he whispered into his neural link. Target ship approaching optimal intercept point. His XO, Lieutenant Kira Yoshida, responded through the quantum network. Zetharian signatures confirmed. They're running deep scans of the sector. In her office beneath the ice of Europa, Director Helena Frost monitored the operation through quantum-entangled displays. The Zetharians were getting too close to discovering Project Starbridge, and she couldn't allow that. Not when they were so close to understanding the true nature of humanity's technological leap. Ghost Protocol authorized, she transmitted to Jun's ship. Leave no trace. The stealth vessel's quantum drive hummed to life, bending reality around its hull. Jun's crew moved with practiced precision, preparing to execute the most daring heist in human history. Meanwhile, in the ancient archives of the Collective, Archival Master Kintera studied records that should not exist. The crystalline being's consciousness expanded through the quantum network, correlating data points across millennia. Impossible, Kintera whispered to the empty chamber. The humans didn't reverse engineer anything. They remembered. The pieces were falling into place. The crashed ship in Antarctica hadn't been an accident. The quantum signatures matched patterns that were millions of years old. Humanity's leap wasn't just technological. It was evolutionary. Back on Jun's ship, the operation reached its critical phase. They had synchronized their quantum signature with the Zetharian vessel, becoming virtually invisible to their sensors. Beginning data extraction, Kira announced, her fingers dancing across holographic controls. They have no idea we're here. But someone did know. In the shadows of the Zetharian ship's quantum core, a figure watched through multiple dimensional planes. The Collective's operative, Zarak, had been waiting for this moment. Everything was proceeding according to plan. Director Frost's quantum display suddenly blazed with warning signals. Captain Park, abort mission. It's a trap. The warning came too late. Reality twisted around Jun's ship as multiple quantum fields intersected. The Zetharian vessel's seemingly simple patrol had been an elaborate setup, and now the future of human galactic relations hung by a thread. As chaos erupted across multiple fronts, Admiral Blackwood received a priority transmission from Dr. Santos. The quantum signature analysis is complete. You need to see this immediately. We were wrong about everything. The betrayal. Lieutenant Commander Aisha Hassan stood in the ruins of Project Starbridge's main laboratory, her dark eyes scanning the destruction. Quantum computers lay shattered, their crystalline cores pulsing weakly with dying light. The most advanced research facility on Europa had been compromised from within. Security logs recovered. Commander, her AI assistant chimed through her neural implant. You need to see this. The holographic playback showed Dr. Santos entering the facility at midnight. But something was wrong. The quantum signature of her movements didn't match her normal patterns. As Aisha watched, the figure shifted, its true form bleeding through the disguise. The unmistakable crystalline structure of a collective operative. Alert Admiral Blackwood, Aisha ordered. Project Starbridge has been compromised. Dr. Santos is missing. In the depths of space, aboard the Zetharian diplomatic vessel, the real Dr. Olivia Santos regained consciousness. Her head throbbed as she tried to make sense of her surroundings. The last thing she remembered was discovering the truth about humanity's quantum evolution. Ah, The architect of humanity's great deception awakens. A melodic voice echoed through the chamber. Zarak, the collective's operative, emerged from the shadows, their crystalline form shifting through multiple dimensions. Your species has played its part perfectly. We didn't deceive anyone. Olivia spat. We discovered our true heritage. The quantum signatures were planted, Zarak interrupted, by us. Millions of years ago. Humanity was our greatest experiment, and now you're ready for the next phase. Back on Earth, Admiral Blackwood received the alert from Europa, just as new signals appeared at the edge of the solar system. A massive fleet was emerging from quantum space. Ships unlike anything seen before, their hulls composed of pure crystalline energy. The collective reveals itself at last. Nixel, the Zetharian representative, whispered in awe. We were all pawns in their game. Final confrontation. Admiral Thora Blackwood stood on the bridge of the Earth's flagship, the Quantum Dawn, as humanity faced its greatest challenge. The combined fleets of Earth and the Galactic Council faced off against the collective's armada. They engineered all of this, Ambassador Wright's hologram explained to the assembled commanders. Our technological leap, the Council's discovery of our fleet, even the crashed ship in Antarctica. It was all part of their plan to force our evolution. But they made one crucial mistake. Director Frost added, her quantum displays showing complex calculations. They assumed we would develop according to their predictions. They didn't count on human creativity, our ability to take their quantum technology and use it in ways they never imagined. The collected ships moved in perfect formation, their crystalline hulls pulsing with enough energy to reshape reality itself. But humanity had spent decades preparing for a fight against superior forces. All ships, execute Protocol Omega, Blackwood commanded. Across the fleet, quantum drives spun up in a precise pattern, creating a resonance that rippled through space-time itself. In her cell aboard the collective's flagship, Dr. Santos felt the change through her quantum implants. She smiled. You forgot something fundamental about humanity, she told her captors. We don't just adapt, we transform. The battle that followed would be remembered for millennia. Human ships danced through quantum space, their movements unpredictable yet perfectly coordinated. The collective's superior technology met humanity's irreverent innovation, creating a light show that could be seen across galaxies. Captain Jun Park led the strike team that rescued Dr. Santos, his stealth vessel using the quantum disruption to slip through the collective's defenses. As they escaped, Santos transmitted the true files about Project Starbridge to every ship in the combined fleet. We weren't their experiment, her message declared. We were their successors. The quantum signatures in our DNA weren't planted. They were inherited. Humanity is what the collective used to be, before they transformed themselves into beings of pure energy. We're not their creation. We're their children. The revelation changed everything. The collective's fleet faltered as the truth spread through their quantum network. They had sought to guide humanity's evolution, but in doing so, they had awakened something they never expected, a species that could bridge the gap between organic life and quantum existence. Admiral Blackwood's voice carried across all frequencies. We reject your control, but we accept our heritage. Humanity will forge its own path among the stars. The collected ships began to withdraw, their perfect formation breaking down as they processed their failure. The Galactic Council representatives watched in amazement as humanity emerged not just as equals, but as pioneers of a new form of existence. In the aftermath, as the combined fleet regrouped around Earth, Thora Blackwood stood with her allies, both human and alien, looking out at the stars. The galaxy had changed, and humanity's hidden fleet had become a symbol not of war, but of evolution. What now? Rajan Patel asked, standing beside his admiral. Thora smiled. Now we do what humanity does best. We explore, we learn, and we grow. But this time, we do it together with our galactic family. The quantum drives of Earth's fleet pulsed in agreement, their light reflecting off the hulls of ships from a dozen species. The age of secrets was over. The age of discovery had begun.